Hi, Dean.
Hello.
Hi everybody. This is Brian Poth from the Source LGBT Plus Center, and today I'm here with Dean Jackson. How are you, Dean?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Today's a better day. I had a little bit of a not so great day yesterday, with everything that's going on. What about you?
No, it's a better day here too. Conveniently, I had an appointment with my therapist today, so the timing matched up perfect. Um, you know, and also to destigmatize, mental health. We all have, deal with mental health. So yeah. Um, no, it's a much better day.
Good. Good. So I wanted to take a moment today and talk with Dean. He does amazing work for us, not only with our HIV testing and HIV education and outreach, but also with our ADAP clients. And some folks might not know what that is. So I just wanted to give everyone a chance to get to know what Dean does and talk about that a little bit. So go ahead, Dean. Take it away.
Yeah, for sure. So those who know me know I usually just wing this because I'm like, oh, it's more authentic. I actually have notes. So,
Notes are good. You might not even look at them.
yeah, probably
Yeah,
not.
you might not.
But yeah, so I run and manage our HIV program at the source and as well as our MAT program, medically assisted treatment. But today we're going to talk about the HIV stuff and what that's looking like now that we're going to like a virtual center. Because as you can see, I'm not at the source. I am in my guest room. But I'm still reaching out to my participants, my people, seeing how they're doing. We're still going to have a meeting. I'm going to set up like a Zoom conference or see what works for everybody. So if you've never had the chance to attend the HIV peer support and social group because of distance, because of time, well, now you have the opportunity to. You can, follow our page. I'll post something when the day comes. It's next Tuesday at 6 p.m. normally. And same goes for our Hanford group. So we do a Hanford group at the pop-up on the first Thursday of every month. That is from 6 to 7:30, and I'll be doing the same thing as well. Posting like a link to the Zoom or to whatever seems to be most user-friendly and what people have access to. So I'm still here. I'm still reaching out to people, seeing what they need, making sure they're okay, but also to give some information. So a lot of people, or those who know about it, people who are HIV positive like myself, receive ADAP benefits. ADAP stands for AIDS Drug Assistance Program. And what ADAP does is it pays for the cost of my HIV medication because it is very, very, very expensive. I wouldn't be able to afford. No one can afford it if you're paying out of pocket. But it also pays for insurance. So my health insurance, ADAP pays that, and it's a branch of California Department of Public Health. If your your annual re-enrollment is coming up, which is your birthday every year, same day every year, it's your birthday, then they're granting a 90-day extension so that you don't have to worry about that. And some of these they're just automatically doing. So I submitted a few yesterday, but then I looked today and there was a few more that were submitted that I didn't do. So it looks like they're automatically putting in those extensions for people. But you might want to call your enrollment worker and double check, or you can call California Department of Public Health yourself, 844-421-7050. And I'm going to post a link and a photo below. So there's that. There's also, depending on, because I know we're supposed to be doing this social isolation, not distancing, not isolation, don't isolate.
It feels like that though. Yeah. Or house arrest, whatever you want to call it. It feels a little odd.
Right, but things like this help. Like yesterday, me and our best friends, we all Zoomed, and we were on there for like an we just chatted and BS'd like for an hour, and it was really helpful. Do whatever you have to do to, be okay. But anywho, pharmacies, depending on your pharmacy, if you go pick yours up locally, your HIV medication, there are pharmacies that deliver by hand and deliver by mail. So if you don't trust, the mailman leaving stuff in your mailbox, there are pharmacies that will deliver it to you by hand. And you normally get them like up to a week early. So after a while, you get a stockpile. And I'm going to post a link in the comments as well. And this goes for other medications too, not just HIV medications. So if you're listening and you are HIV negative, but you're on a medication that's recurring that you have to pick up every month, you can utilize these pharmacies too. They're not specific to HIV meds. So the one I've been using for years is on this list. It's Garden Grove Pharmacy down in Garden Grove. Never had an issue with them, not promoting them, anything. I'm just saying that's what I use.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put that.
And I know like CVS, like I get my meds at CVS, and I know they are doing delivery as well.
Yeah.
And you used to only get delivery if you had a 90-day supply and it took a different prescription and all kinds of weird stuff. But I think that's all changed now, right?
Yeah, that's what I've heard. That a lot of places are doing delivery. So that's great. I mean, anything that'll help. Like, oh, silence that.
Oh, I think it's time for another meeting in 10 minutes.
It is.
So good. So ADAP is still going. You've got a 90-day grace period for re-registering. That means you've got to get all your information, all the stuff that they require but that's a 90-day grace period. And then you're talking about online pharmacies or just delivery. So that's an option for people.
Yeah, and even out of state. So if you're out of state watching us, there are some out of state pharmacies listed on the form that I'm going to post below that you can utilize as well, or even the California ones. It's not specific to what we're talking about today, but they're great resources. I did want to touch on real quick. So when I'm checking in on everyone I work with, and they're asking me, am I more susceptible to this virus because I'm HIV positive? I have a compromised immune system. And from what I've read, people like myself, I'll refer to myself. People like myself, I take my medication every day. I'm virally suppressed, and I have a CD4 count that's in the normal range. I am not at greater risk for contracting COVID-19. No more than my neighbor, no more than Joe walking down the street. So people like myself who are in the same category are okay. They're not at greater risk. Now, if you are someone who maybe doesn't know your status, or you do know that you're positive and you haven't began treatment yet, you might be at greater risk and you might want to start treatment or get tested and know your status. And another thing that people are asking me is around, because there are some rumors and some articles about Gilead testing some protease inhibitors to treat COVID-19. And I myself looked into like PrEP to see if PrEP has a protease inhibitor in it, because my husband used to take PrEP, but he no longer has to and stopped months ago because, I'm undetectable. I pose no risk to him. But I was like, oh, maybe he should start PrEP again, like to protect himself. But after some research, there is no protease inhibitor in PrEP. There are in certain HIV medications like the one I take. So just to clear that up with people, and again, you can do your own research and everything. But yeah, that's what I have around HIV and what I'm doing.
Cool. Thanks, Dean. And today I heard, of course, my mom on Facebook was like, they're testing malaria pills for, all kinds of stuff. But, the good thing is like all hands are on deck. Everybody's looking into some solutions. And in the meantime, we're all being responsible and we're staying inside and being flexible and figuring out how to communicate. Yeah. And and it's just, I'm really impressed with the way that our team has, been reacting to this and being able to thank you for reaching out to your participants. Because you have folks that come to HIVIP, like 15 people, but your ADAP clients, it's a much broader, there's a lot more people there, right?
Yes.
Cool.
So there's
So
some that don't want the support or they feel they don't need the support, but I try to tell them, you know, you being there is support for someone else. But yeah, it's totally different clientele kind of in a
yeah.
way.
So if somebody was wanting to maybe jump into an HIV support group and they hadn't been to your normal group so far, so you're not kind of, you don't know who they are, how would they get a hold of you and get into a HIV support group online?
So the easiest way for them would probably be to send us a message over Facebook, send the source a message, and that will get to me that day. Or if you want to contact me directly, you can email Dean, my first name, DEAN, at thesourcelgbt.org, and I'll respond, you know, fairly quickly within a few minutes, I'm sure, because I'm here, that's what I'm doing. Um, and so I am going to be reaching out to some people who have been on my list that I remind to come who haven't been able to come. So this next meeting might actually be a pretty large meeting and a great one for new people to come to meet others and just get support.
Yeah. So thanks again, Dean. You're doing a great job. And everybody check the comments below to find out more about what Dean talked about. So I wanted to ask you one more question. What are you doing to keep yourself busy? Are you binging any TV shows? What are you doing?
Yeah, I want to make one more plug.
Oh, okay, okay.
So my birthday is in 15 days on April 3rd. And I doubt I'll be going out to dinner with a bunch of people or, you know, going to visit or, so I did start a Facebook fundraiser donating my birthday to the source to try to help make up some lost funding. You know, as you know, we had to cancel Drag Queen Bingo because of what's going on, and people may not realize that that doubles as a fundraiser for us to bring in unrestricted funds that we can use for things that grants won't pay for, specifically salaries and other programs and bills. And you know, it's so if you are able to make a donation to that to help bridge that gap, that would be amazing. I'll put that link below as well, or share it, invite people. But that was my plug.
Oh,
But
that's a good plug. Yeah, donate to Dean's fundraiser. It's his birthday. Come on.
yeah, and it's tax deductible.
Yeah.
So keeping myself like on off time, we finally got around in time to look at the wedding pictures.
Oh yeah. How'd they turn out?
We've seen about half of them,
Yeah.
and there's a little over 1,000 so far.
Oh wow.
So, and because I'm very frugal, I just wanted all the raw pictures, and I'm going to edit them and everything myself. So now we're just combing through, because there's pictures where you look like this, like there, and so it's combing through all those pictures to find the good ones, and you know, repotting some plants that I've been putting off. I brought my plants in from work, from the office, that were starting to die because their pots are too small. So
Right.
now I can repot those. Cleaned out this room. This room used to be storage.
Yeah.
So trying to stay busy and trying to just focus on the good. Like there looks to be a lot of bad going on right now, like in terms of people's behavior, but there's a lot of good going on too. People are reaching out and helping one another, so there's still a good balance. We just look at the good. There's a lot of good happening right
Yeah. So yeah, enjoy repotting those plants. Maybe you can do a how-to show, or you and Noah can do like a plant
now.
discussion.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, until next time, we'll just keep everybody posted on developments, and I just want to thank you again for all your hard work, and I know your participants love you, so thanks for being there for them and for the community. Thanks, Dean.
Oh, thank you too.
All right, bye everybody.
Bye.